Hello everybody. Figured I'd come in here real quick. Getting ready to call it a night, or at least try and crash into bed and watch some Netflix, I guess. Today was a rather interesting day for me. Weather was horrendous. We had crazy snow late overnight, early morning. The heaviest, slickest snow I've actually tried to push with the snow plow. It's ridiculous. I could not get the thing to turn. I just got a large lawn tractor with the blade on the front. But got up this morning without doing some stuff and found out that I'd put one of those cheap canopy carports up for my mother. I think it was Mother's Day gift, might have been birthday. I don't remember. I put it up for her this summer, and it had collapsed. It didn't slide off like it's supposed to, and it had fallen. It's how heavy the snow is. So, ended up going found where the car. It was leaning its car. I was able to get it off without damaging the car. Tore it all apart, cleared the driveway out of the way, and did a handful of other things had to be done. Went to the grocery store, some of that and whatnot. Walk around the slick snow and the sleet and ice with crutches is by far no fun. Definitely not any fun at all. I was lucky that I was going to have to take my uncle up to like 2 hours away for an eye appointment, and he decided to cancel it. I think it's Saturday, so storm was supposed to be coming. I'm glad he did cancel it because I would have made it up there, would have got in there, would have got him home. But assuming other people didn't run us off the road and do dumb stuff, so that's one of the big things there that makes a big difference. Went out to the store. Came back, grabbed the dog, took him out to the reservoir to let him go do some running and play around the snow and chase some squirrels and just kind of smell everything and have a good time. Also had to do my 1.48 mile loop on lower res. I'm in a run streak, which is so dumb to think I'm still doing a run streak when I'm on crutches, but one of those things that happens, you have to run at least 1 mile or travel 1 mile. They don't say really you have to run it, but I'm running as fast as I can on crutches, which is not very fast, but it took me about 15 minutes longer to make that mile 0.48 loop, so I was definitely going slower with this crazy snow, and that was not fun. I then decided my dog had not really got enough exercise he needed, so I decided to let him run down the road. There's a road leaving the park, goes out towards our airport, and there's virtually ever a car on it. I took off, and I made it, I don't know, not even a quarter mile, and there's a car coming, so pulled over to the side of the road, called him over to the truck, and then basically just held onto him with the other vehicle went by the way, and took off and let him run behind me. And at some point we were doing like 22 mile an hour. It was ridiculous how fast that dog is. So he was out there just having a good time, and I could see him in the mirror, and I was watching him real good, and he was just running along and just having fun. Got out by the highway that then leads to the airport, turned around in the driveway, headed back, and let him run back. And when we got back, he was happy to be back in the truck. He really was, because we stopped there, and I kind of let him play around and sniff the water and have a good time there. And he was kind of waiting at the door of the truck, like, let's go. So it was still sleeting at the time. The sleet was actually hitting my ears and kind of hurting and stuff. Got home from that, decided to plow out my driveway. Actually, both driveways. I got two. But I decided to go ahead and plow them out. I really don't need to. I've got four-wheel drive trucks. I really have no reason to plow it out there. But I do have a plow, and I have the mower. I thought, why not? Plus, they're calling for more and more snow. And the sooner you get that stuff pushed out of the way before it gets too deep, the more chance you have of actually keeping it pushed out of the way. So pushing snow 3 or 4 times when it's lighter or not as deep is much, much easier on your equipment and on yourself than it is to push it when you've got a foot and a half of snow. It's almost impossible then. So went ahead and I was out there plowing the snow, and I was really glad I did afterwards, because I kind of got this weird, I follow my gut. When I have a gut feeling that tells me to do something, I usually try to, follow it pretty well. And the reason I was out there, I think the reason fate or whatever you want to call it had put me out there was my neighbor wanted me to come plow his driveway out. And he was, I don't know, he's the guy who would never call me. He has my number and stuff. He would never call and ask me to plow out my drive. But he drove by, saw me out there, and then was cool, stopping, rolling the window, asking me to come up and plow his drive. So definitely, he's like the block over back behind me. I own, I don't know, basically the block on this side of the block from the alley down to the road. So I own quite a bit of land here, multiple properties and that. But he lives directly behind me on the other side of the block. So I went over there, plowed out his driveway and that, had asked him if he had gas. That's all I needed, because I used up last time gas doing my drive. And he said he had some, so I got there, borrowed his gas, or I guess used his gas to plow out his driveway, and then headed back home, got everything put away. Couldn't get my lawnmower back in my shed, because just the snow was so slick and stuff in the ramp, I couldn't get it in there. So I just covered it with a tarp, left it out in the drive between a couple of houses right there, so it's not a big deal, it won't be a problem. But it's not where I wanted it, so I'll have to build a new, I kind of fought with the ramp this summer, and it was working fine. I'd replaced it, and it worked fine this summer. I didn't think about it being the winter time, because it's only 2 ramps, instead of being a solid plate, so it wants to slide off the ramp and get stuck. But other than that, happy to be inside at that point. I was frozen to death. I was so cold. Definitely was ridiculous. I didn't have my bibs on, or Carhartts, what I call it, overalls, which normally are kind of more of a waterproof material. I didn't, and my knees and my legs from the snow and the sleet coming down just had me frozen. I'm still in a hospital boot from my surgery on Christmas Eve on my foot. Was not a planned surgery, it's kind of more of an emergency thing. And so my toes were exposed and sticking up in the boot. My feet got so cold. My foot was frozen. It was ridiculous. So I got inside and decided to hell with it. Decided to take a shower to heat up my body core temp, which is a big deal. For me, when my core temp gets down, I really start shutting down pretty quickly. Jumped in the shower, threw the PeriScope threw the phone up on the wall and PeriScope from the shower, and really kind of had a fun time with that, just kind of making fun of it and stuff. Had a few people come in and give me a hard time. Hell, even Ponyboy showed up and gave me a hard time in there. So that was definitely a fun little experience and kind of laughing about it. So that was pretty much, I don't know, it was interesting. But it was a good day overall. Went ahead and emailed a friend of mine, whatever, to have him sign up for a contest to try and win a large, very nice piece of electronic equipment / for a wood shop. And basically hadn't heard from the dude forever. I'd texted him about taking me or driving me home from the hospital for my emergency surgery on Christmas Eve, and never heard from him at all, and hadn't heard from him since then. So definitely kind of odd. He texted me up and basically, said that he signed up and made some remark about a Christmas gift and some dumb little jokes there. But basically I was like, okay, whatever. It wouldn't have mattered. I'm not in any shape to use the Christmas gifts that you claim you would have got me. But went ahead and he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, you clearly have to know what's going on. And I asked you about the surgery and he didn't. I don't know. He's like, how's the foot? And I told him it's shit and it's whatever. And we're waiting to find out what the doctor's going to say and whatnot. And hopefully he wants to go back in and do another surgery on it, but we'll find out more later. So I don't know. I guess it's something, but it's definitely, I don't know. It's odd. It really is. So that's all I know for now. Pretty much going to watch a little bit of Netflix, like I said, and try and call it a night. So talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.